What's up, everybody? It's your girl Different, and welcome to Different's World YouTube channel. I hope you all out there are having a wonderful day like your girl, and if not, manifest, plan, and prepare for a better one, because I guarantee you all it's surely coming to you guys for sure. And if this is your first, second, third time or more to my YouTube channel, or if I'm new to you, you're new to me, welcome. Happy to have you guys. Before you leave, don't forget, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, so when I drop content, you guys come into Different's World and you come and learn about your girl, yeah? And speaking of coming and learning about your girl, I'm an author, motivational speaker, travel influencer, content creators, small business owner of my own business, Third Eye Entertainment LLC, a business that strives to bring social awareness to society through our products and services in which we educate, inspire, and entertain all at once. So again, first, second, third time or more, it don't matter, baby. Just hit the subscribe button for your girl, yeah? All right, you guys, so welcome again to Different's World. Today is Thursday. You guys know on Thursday we do our pop culture review, our movie review, and at that, today is February 1st. Today is the first day of Black History Month 2024, and so I've been saving this just for it. I think it's perfect timing with we had the release of the historical The Color Purple, a brand new musical bold. I think that's the title of it. Yes, sorry if I mispronounced it, but we're going to be doing our movie review on, of course, the new rendition of The Color Purple, starring Fantasia, Taraji Henson, Danielle Brooks. We got Coleman Domingo, Halle Bailey. She's Lord have mercy. And so many more. Hers in there, David Allen Greer, a lot of more people, man. And I got to go see this back in December when it dropped. It opened on Christmas Day, and so I think I seen it a couple of days after. Now I did sit through it. I think it was around like 2 hours. Now it is a completely different, view on how the original Color Purple that was done back in the 80s, starring Whoopi Goldberg, Danny Glover, and Oprah Winfrey, and this was directed by Spielberg. Boy, what's his name again? Peter Spielberg? I just know his last name is Spielberg. My bad. Ain't no shade to him, but he directed the movie, and I think he had his hand in it this time around. But in any case, they definitely, did their thing. You guys know how I do on my movie reviews. In case if you don't, I normally show the previews and then talk about a little bit more. But this time around, since I'm stepping my game up and with these reaction videos and working a little bit more on them, we're doing it different with the movie review. We're gonna watch it together, and I'm gonna give you some opinions on the clips, and then afterwards show you guys my afterthoughts in regards to the movie and what I thought on it and my overall score. So with that being said, and me further yip yapping and jaw jacking, you guys, let's go ahead and check out the movie review. I had found 3 different trailers and combined them all together, and so with that, we're gonna check it out. It's about 6 minutes long, and once we come back, we'll talk a little bit more. Yeah, here it is. Come and learn. Let's see, gotta go hit play on that button. Go first, right? It should start up momentarily. See, this is why we do test run, you guys. I did a test run. It was working just fine. Okay, there we go.
How come you don't laugh none? Ain't you got something to make you just smile?
Oh yeah, no girl, that played
My
young
sister,
she
and I ain't
definitely
seen
played
her in
Fantasia.
years.
They did a real good
You
job.
know, if you ain't gonna laugh, you need to sell your funny bone.
Your funny bone. I don't know.
I was married to
this
a man
movie.
I didn't love.
Steven Spielberg, that's his name. See, Quincy, yeah.
He took my sister away from me.
Had a baby.
Even
She's
if we
had a
have to
baby.
part, you and me, us have one heart.
We'll talk about it.
How come you so nice?
Don't know.
Maybe you too nice.
You seem like trouble.
I come here out of respect. But if there ain't none to get, that sure ain't none to get.
That was one of my favorite movies.
Your attention is what you need to hear.
Drinks on the house!
Push the button.
There's gonna be some changes made. You got to stand up.
I know my sister somewhere in the world. Someday we're gonna meet again.
Sierra's in there for like 5 minutes.
Just like Mom taught us.
It's time I be free from you and then turn to creation.
I'd die before I let that happen.
Good. That's just the going away present I've been needing.
Oh! Girl was in it, but it's like they might as well.
What do you gotta do? Time for you to see the world. Push the button. Sweet and loving God.
Today, our teacher taught us about a place called Africa. She say our mamas come from Queens over there. That means that we, royalty.
I don't need you to love me.
I think I hated about it when they were younger.
I need me a wife.
They didn't.
Even if we have to part.
Oh yeah, Dion Cole was in it too. There's a lot of good.
Us have one heart.
Was a good list.
Don't need
Get off my land!
you.
I write you every day. Nothing but death can keep me from it.
Oh, Miss Seeley.
You must ain't got no kinfolk around these parts.
All I had was my sister. She was the only one ever loved me. I'm gonna hold my head up. I'm gonna put my shoulders back.
It's time for you to see the world.
I wonder if
There's gonna be some changes made.
Put it on. This ain't me. Hush. We need to look like we belong. Let's see the smile and color.
Sweet and loving God.
To the folks that are close to you.
Now we're talking.
Dear Seeley, we are more than just kings and queens. We are at the center of the universe.
I think this is the last trailer, y'all. So, in each different trailer that y'all see different parts. So, that's why.
Don't keep me waiting,
Papa.
You keep your head held high, just like Mom taught us.
Whatever I say, go.
You got to stand up.
Hell no.
There's gonna be some changes made.
This ain't me. Hush. We need to look like we belong.
It's time to see the world. Hell no. Oh, Miss Seeley, you look good. Hell no. Don't be no fool. Don't waste your time. Any man that hurts you ain't worth a dime. No, no, no.
I done had enough of you.
Oh, man, all you got to say, you need to say, you better say.
The women at this table have lost their minds.
Now you're preaching. No.
Hell no. You and all that disrespect and head to the door. When I do my dance,
we're gonna talk about that too, y'all. Okay. All right, so as you guys seen, give me a second. Let me close up out of here. Bring it back to the camera. All right, y'all. So as you guys seen, hope you enjoyed that little condensed trailer of all 3 of the different trailers for The Color Purple. As you guys seen, it showed different parts of the movie, from the beginning to where, you know, Celie and her sister Nettie are together, and you know, the father marries Celie off, and then she has to come live with her sister, and Mr. tries to rape her. Of course, those who know the story with the movie back in the day, is how it happened. A couple of things that I didn't like about the movie. I don't know if I should get right into it. Okay, let's talk about the good first. Yeah, let's focus on the good. Okay, so some of the good things I like, of course, the dancing and the choreography are the same thing. Well, the dancing and the singing and the new music was, you know, on point. I enjoyed that and appreciated, you know, that was a bold new take on it, of course, making it into a musical, so to speak. And I really don't do musicals, but of course, you know, they had some fun with it and a little rhythm. So of course, I was down to watch. Didn't mind sitting through it. Also, yeah, they did have Ajane Ellis in there as the mom. I had thinking about it watching that preview. She was only in like Blinky You Miss It. So was Whoopi. She played the doula, so you know it's like a Blinky You Miss It type thing. I'm surprised Oprah didn't reprise a little role or whatever in the movie, but she definitely had her hand in it, as well as hearing on the promotional too. There was a lot of beef between her and Taraji. So and looking at the little TikTok videos and the little what's the lady who was reading the body language, you know, she was kind of on point with it. So I don't know if that affected the sales or made people go and watch it, or their opinions about it, but I definitely when watching the movie was thinking about that a lot. So they probably did kind of mess up my little enjoyment watching the movie, but then as such I still enjoyed it. What else did I like about it? All the actors were phenomenal, man. You know, from the new one, Miss Felicia Pearl, she did her thing as young Celie, man. Looked just like Fantasia. They did a really good job with the casting. So big shout out to the casting director for that. Haley Bailey, you know, did a good job as young Nettie. Who else we had? Dion Cole played the dad. His part was short, but you know, he's always making a mark whatever role he has. Who else? You know, Coleman Domingo and Corey Hawkins, Mr. CD and Harpo, and then we got Danielle Brooks, girl, with those called Dimple Danielle, whatever. She got some deep dimples. I love dimples, especially some deep ones. She did an amazing job with Sophia's role. She just understood this time and completely embodied, and then made it her own. So I love that about it. Taraji the same. I loved her as, you know, Suge Avery. She brought her own style to it. I would say, though, I think she was trying a little too hard with the accent at times. It just was coming on so much to where it wasn't really believable at times. Not saying she didn't pull it off throughout the entire movie, but you can definitely tell she, you know, was trying a little too hard in some of the scenes. It just wasn't really selling it. You know, you could tell that it really wasn't her voice. I didn't believe it at times, to basically put with that. But nonetheless, you know, that's still my girl. You know, she still made her coins and ducats from it in her bag. And I heard she almost walked away from it. I'm glad she didn't. And now she's, you know, along with Monique, starting to speak out about, you know, the unfair treatment and underpaid payment that the actors and actresses receive in Hollywood. And so, big shout out to her, but it ain't like, you know, Monique ain't been saying the same thing for years. And so, with that, you know, keep your head up, girl. Keep your being strong. Keep your foot on their necks, and don't stop till you get them checks that you want, that you deserve. But with that being said, let's also talk about who else do we had? We had David Allen Greer. He played Suge Avery's father. She played Sweet. Who else? I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. It shouldn't be. But in any case, that's all who the main characters are of the book and the movie back in the day. What else did I like? Of course, how can I forget Sierra? She played the older Nettie. But she was only in there for like 2 seconds. It's like Blinky, you miss her. So her, Whoopi, Ajane Ellis, is Blinky, you missed. Oh, and Dion Cole. They really weren't in it that much, but they were, you know, supporting actresses and actors for the role. But in any case, I liked, you know, at the end, you know, of course they came back together. Mr. gave Celie her sister back. I like the new twist, how they rewrote the story into where they didn't, you know, paint Mr. so much as a monster towards the end. They made him look more human and involved, and showed that they would, you know, had a friendship after, you know, the catastrophe. And so I like how they set that up towards the end with Mr. and Mrs. Celie, you know, showing that, you know, forgiveness is possible when somebody wrongs you, especially in a relationship or abusive relationship. We ain't gonna delve too much into that. That's a different story for a different day. But with that being said, you guys, those were the good parts about the movie that I enjoyed. Oh, and as well as, you know, the attire in the wardrobe. I loved it. You know, spot on. I like back in the day in vintage, especially like the 20s and the 30s dressing, and so they did a really good job being on point with that. Now let's get to the bad side about it, because I think I'm not going to be down about it, but you know, I kind of got some little things I want to say in regards to, you know, what they took out and what they could have kept in, and things of that nature. Now, starting off, for one, the sacred, you know, hand clap patty cake, you know, me and you must never part, my da da. You know, they had that in there, so that was one of the how you call it, one of those most memorable things in the movie. When you think of the color purple, that's what comes to mind. They didn't have that in there, and they just kind of messed that up for me, because it's one of my favorite parts. As well as what else I did not like. I hate that, you know, they made sure not to capitalize on, you know, that the sacred pity that I call it, but they made sure, you know, to capitalize on everything else, of course, like with the rape scene, as well as they didn't show that pivotal point to where when Celie is, you know, just been married off to Mr. and she's making, he forced her to follow him after a walk when he's on a horse. Ain't that some shit? In the original movie, when she's walking up to the house, he's introducing her to the kids, and he's telling her, you know, hey, say hey to your new mama. And here come Harpo badass, now she ain't my mama, then hits her with a rock. And as you see, when she falls, she puts her hands on a rock, and it has her bloody handprint in it. And for me, I hate that they took it out, because with that scene, it sets up the tone for the movie. It shows the type of lifestyle and hardship, you know, Celie is going to face living with Mr. for all those years to come. And so I hate that they took that out. They really set that mood for the movie and show just what was about to come, you know, foreshadowing for me. I think they took that out with that scene, so I didn't like that. What else? What else? This was a while ago, yes. I'm still thinking back to it, and the trailer didn't really help none, so to speak. Oh yeah. What else? Damn, just gonna blank. Oh, how can I forget, man? Looky here. Now, one thing that you better know it too for sure when it comes to Color Purple, and when you talk about it, you do not talk about Color Purple without mentioning God's trying to tell you something. Now, they did touch on it, but I feel like they glanced all across it, man. In the movie, they went all out with that scene, man. When, you know, Suge is hearing her father preach across the river, and they coming on the boats and everything. They should have had that in there. They should have had it, you know. I'm not saying exactly like it, you know, how it happened in the movie, but they should have definitely had the song. That's a message with that song, you know, especially when, you know, going through some things. And anybody that's a part of the culture and has watched The Color Purple, and when you hear that that somebody tell you God's trying to tell you something, they automatically know what they're talking about and what movie they're referring to, and what that truly means, how to pay heed to that. And so I hate that, you know, in the movie, the way that they set it up is where Suge and her dad are making amends through the song, and she's walking in the church, and, you know, he's playing that tune, and they start singing it, but they didn't, you know, dwell on it so long like they should have, I feel. And so that was a major miss for me right there. Another thing for me that kind of annoyed, and I feel like they minimized this character when they should have capitalized, especially the person that was playing the role, was her as Squeak, man. I think they really missed that opportunity in minimizing Squeak's character, as such as they, you know, she was in the role. She wasn't really a big role back in the original movie, but still. Now, if you're gonna step it up and you're gonna use a person like her, then you definitely gotta utilize her, man. Her voice is amazing, and they did have her in the song, but it's just like she only sang like a verse or two, as opposed to Haley Bailey, who got her whole song in the beginning, and Nettie didn't sing in a movie. So what in the world? But Squeak did, And so with that, I felt like she was just there as a spot filler, as well as I noticed in most of her scenes, her back is facing the camera. She's really not on camera, so to speak, especially like when she's at Suge House in Memphis, at the dinner table at the end of the movie, as well as when they're in the Celie's fancy, what's that, her shop. Then that's when she's doing a little singing, but it wasn't as much, and I feel like they should have just utilized her more, and that was a missed opportunity right there. I'm just gonna be real with that. So with that being said, you guys, I'm gonna have to get us an overall score of oh, and another thing, just it ain't a big deal to me, but I'm seeing everybody else talking about it, is how in the book they did explore and talk about how Celie was actually a lesbian. She wasn't open about it, but she did like women. And in the movie, they touched bases on it a little bit. I think they had a kissing scene, and then afterwards they had that famous line, you know, Suge like honey and me like bee. I be on Suge everywhere she go. They didn't have that line in there, but in such, they more so, you know, explored that realm of, you know, being Celie and her sexuality, and then her relationship with Suge. And it pissed a lot of people off. It didn't really bother me, but I seen how they, you know, kind of, I don't want to say pushing the button or whatever, because I pushed the button, but it ain't. But it was more so make sure that they were, how to say, not trying to offend nobody, and if I do, I apologize, but yeah, come into Different World, and this is what you get. You know, I'm not here to offend nobody, but these are my opinions, and I do believe in respecting others, but again, you in my world, and so this is my opinion. If you don't like it, you can go on somewhere else. But with that being said, I do see how they more so focused on Celie and Suge Avery's relationship with this movie, making it more so, I don't want to say more so about, you know, two women in love, but they did make sure to have a whole dedicated, you know, scene and a dance sequence to it and everything, which was nice. But I think that more so took away from the gist of what the real point of that movie was about. It was about, you know, Celie's sister being taken away from her, going through hardship. She was in love with Suge, but that really wasn't the main point of that. It was more so getting her sister back, and at the end, that's what ultimately happened. But with that being said, that doesn't take away from my thought and opinions of this movie. Overall, it was an amazing movie. I was able to sit through the entire movie and enjoy it, even with the little knickknacks that bothered me. I definitely would watch it again when it comes out on one of these streaming apps. I don't know which one yet, but whenever they do, I'm pretty sure I'll watch it. So if I had to give a score overall, I'd say a 7 out of 10. Yes, and I say that because, again, some of the nostalgia of it that they should have kept in, as well as, you know, the short scene with Squeak, especially with God trying to tell you something that really did something for me, and the sacred, you know, pity pat, you know, hand clap. That really did it for me. So I think this probably is the lowest movie rating score I've given out of all my movie reviews, as well as for it to be so popular. Yeah, that's my opinion on it. But I don't know, you guys, let me know your thoughts and share your comments and your ratings about it and what you feel about it. You know, it's all love. I want to interact with you guys, and I want you to interact with me. So again, if you guys enjoyed my movie review and my thoughts and opinions on it, show me by liking, sharing, commenting, and definitely, guys, hitting that subscribe button, so when I drop content, you guys come into Different World and you come and learn about your girl. As well as, don't forget, check out my website, differenceworld.net, and check out all my other social media handles, including my Instagram and my TikTok. Today is the first day again of Black History Month, so I got a lot of things coming up. I got my book, What If? Controversial Paradigm Shift. We got a special sale going on, so again, head on over to my website and get your copy on that. For those out there that's looking for motivational speakers, are looking for me to be a part of any grassroots conversations, or would like to do any collaborations for this month for Black History with your podcast, get at your girl. I am free of charge. Of course, you would just have to go to my website and book your girl there. As well as, don't forget those out there that, again, this is Black History Month, so it's a great time to get your copy of my book, What If? Controversial Shift. I'm sorry, I'm still speaking. I'm trying to get this screen off. Sorry, I'm going to get back to that. Yeah. See, no, there. All right, so again, my book, What If? A Controversial Paradigm Shift is available on my website at differentsworld.net. Again, this book was written to encourage and inform thought-provoking conversations about injustice and systemic racism in America, and I've done it through graphic and provocative illustrations. So again, be advised that if you can't get this type of heat, still come home to the kitchen. Just get to the fire blanket, y'all. This is point of it all, because, you know, having these conversations, even though they're uncomfortable sometimes, you know, they're frustrating, you feel like it goes nowhere fast. That's the point of it all. You guys just chip away at it and to keep going and pushing for that systemic change instead of dwelling on systemic racism. For those who, you know, are mature enough to make it through, not, you know, calling people or insulting those who aren't, or whatever. You got some dumbass out there. Hey. But for those that are mature enough to make it through, you know, the first paradigms, which is historical, political, precedent, and hypothetical. And once you make it to the fourth paradigm, which is hypothetical, you guys will see that it's more than, you know, just pissing people off and rubbing people the wrong way. It's more so talking about unity and coming together to talk about accountability and acknowledgement and ways to move forward. And so, again, go to my website, differentsworld.net, and get your copy of my book, What If? A Controversial Paradigm Shift, especially for those who are big into Black History Month. And, you know, it's part of the culture. This one is for you guys, and I need your help spreading the word and the message. So help me, you know, get the word out, and go to my website, get your copy of the book, read it, pass judgment, share your review, share it with others, and then there you go, so forth and so on. We're having a conversation that needs to be had. And so again, I do appreciate all the love and support that I am getting. Please keep it coming and don't stop. Yep. All right, so moving on, what else we got going on in Different World, you guys? Tomorrow is Friday. I'll be trying to drop another travel video. I got so much going on at once, and it's just me doing it right now. So I'm only one person with two hands, but a lot of sheer will and determination. So I'll get it done. You just got to be a little patient with me. And so with that, again, that's why you got to drop that notification, hit that notification bell and that subscribe button. So when I drop content, you guys come into Different World and you come and learn about your girl, yeah, and what's going on. And so, moving on from that, you guys, let's go ahead and do our mental health check for those out there that may need it, including, especially for those that are part of the culture, the Black culture, if you will, and everybody else that's going through it. Please know and understand that it's okay to not be okay, but don't ever sit there and not be okay. Go get help, whatever that may mean to you, be it talking with a therapist, a family member, a friend, or picking up a hobby, mending broken bridges, cutting people off, even getting on medication if that's the case. Do whatever it is that you have to do to keep your mental health in check and keep you from going off the deep end and possibly taking anybody with you. If you need, or if you know anybody who may need these mental health resources, please feel free to share them with them. The crisis hotline number is 1-800-273-8255. Or you can call or text 988, or you can text 741-741. And for those that would prefer to go online, you guys can check out mentalhealthishealth.us, or you can visit 988lifeline.org. Or for those that are outside of the U.S. and that's watching your girl's YouTube channel, you guys can visit incounseling.com. And remember, you guys, although I am giving you these mental health resources, you have to remember that it's on you to do your own homework and your own research and find what works best for you. Because at the end of the day, you're the captain of your own ship and you decide where to navigate the waters, no one else. And besides that, I'm not a licensed counselor, and nobody's, therapist or anything of that nature. And so again, these information I'm giving you is educational, but it's also for entertainment purposes as well. So again, do your own homework and your research and find what works best for you. And lastly, when it comes to the mental health check, I want you guys to remember that whatever trial and tribulation you are going through at this time in your life, this too shall pass and you will get through it. So going off the deep end is not an option. It's not worth it. So therefore, don't do it. Okay, and we're gonna close the mental health check out and move on from that to bring it back to some positive vibes for you guys. Again, I hope you enjoyed listening and watching in on my movie review for The Color Purple. And if you like it, and if you didn't, show me by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to my YouTube channel. I definitely appreciate all the love and support. Again, and so with that being said, you guys, don't forget, whatever it is in life that you're feeling you're destined for, you have to manifest, plan, and prepare for it, and it will surely come to you guys. Different World, come and learn. Peace in the Middle East.
What if?
What if in 1619 Africans started dealing in slave trading?
The tables were turned around.
What if they kidnapped millions of Englishmen, women, and children from their homeland and brought them to America on a slave ship?
What if a controversial paradigm shift is a book written to inform and encourage consistent, thought-provoking conversations about injustice and systematic racism in America through graphic but provocative illustration? What if provides a different perspective by detailing controversial deaths and events as 4 categorized paradigm shifts: historical, political, precedent, and hypothetical? What if? A controversial paradigm shift by author Difernt. Go to differenceworld.net.